today. My name is Laurie McNaughton with Action Coach here in the City of Champions, Edmonton, Alberta. I'm bringing to you today some interviews from local entrepreneurs, local business owners here in the City of Edmonton. We're going to talk about, what are some things, key things that you need to do to create more success in your business as well as in your life. Today I've got Bern Stace with me. He's the local business owner. And just to let you know, I came up with this idea from listening to some interviews that were done with other business owners who were, dealing with businesses that are $25, $100 million. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be interesting to hear from some local business owners here in Edmonton, and just to get their opinions and their ideas on how to create more success in their business. So, Bern, why don't you start off and just introduce yourself?
Well, thank you, Laurie. My name is Bern Stace. I'm President and CEO of Stace Drywall Limited, located here in Edmonton, Alberta. Incorporated since 1995. We have perhaps half a dozen people in office and field, and many subcontractors doing the installation of the drywall installation, tape texture materials in residential homes.
Cool. So, without naming any names, typically, what kind of customers do you look after?
Well, we focus on the Edmonton's best build home builders. Obviously, we are somewhat selective with who we desire to work for. Success is customers and team.
Actually, that's a good point because one of the ways to be successful in business is to be particular about who you work with, the customers that you decide to work with. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. You can't have success with a bunch of drama and complexity.
Yes.
So, yeah, you want to be able to focus on what you do best, and you want to do it with people that you like.
Cool. So maybe just start out and tell us a little bit about what does success mean to you in the broadest sense of the term. I mean, we could be talking about business success, but I think it bleeds into our lives in general.
Well, as a business owner, your business is your life to some extent. You can't deny that. Basically put, I would say success is a good quality of life. Having a good quality of life, having fun, having excitement, growing as a person, growing as a business.
Yeah. So, success is quality of life. What does that mean to you? Like quality of life?
Quality of life, I would say quality of life comes down to some basics: health, wealth, time, education. Always growing as a person. Health is somewhat obvious. You want to be healthy so you can live a good quality of life. Without money, it's a little bit difficult to travel and enjoy the things that you may want to do. Time, it certainly takes time. If you're working 8 hours a week in a business, you're lacking. You want time for family, you want time for friends, you want time to enjoy life. That comes through education. To me, quality of life is a lot about education too. You want to grow as a person, you want to grow as a business.
Yeah. Excellent. And I like that you touched on time there because too many people, I believe, their whole focus is, I need to make more money, I need to make more money, I need to make more money, and they sacrifice all the other areas of their life.
No, I think that's a small way to live. That's money is important. It's like oxygen, it's air. You do need it to live in our society. But friends and family, it's vitally important. You can't sacrifice one for the other. I think you can have it all.
I agree.
You can have it all.
In fact, I know you can have it all because you have it all.
Thank you. Thanks to Action Coach.
So let's talk about more about the business. What do you see as some things that every business owner should be thinking about or doing to ensure that they're going to create, what we talked about, this more balanced idea of success?
I think the business owner really has to focus on personal and professional growth through education. Always growing, always reading, always educating themselves, always becoming a better person, a better manager, a better leader. Always growing their team around them, always growing their customers. That to me is the key to freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of success, freedom of business.
Absolutely. So We talked a little bit about the leadership thing. You mentioned that just now. One of the things that I always say to my clients is, because you have a business and you have people working for you, you've abdicated your right, if I could call it that, to not be a leader. You've got people that rely on you. You've got people who their very lives and their existence are affected by your leadership. So I'm glad you touched on that point. So tell me about the team part. What are some of the keys to really building and creating a great team of people?
I'd say systemizing a business is extremely important. Writing down the rules of the game. Everybody understands the rules of the game. Everybody can follow the rules of the game. People know what to do. They know what's expected of them. And everybody's held accountable to those rules of the game, including the business owner. The business owner has to be a team member just like everybody else. And if you don't let people know what you want, if people don't understand what you want, they're going to invent something to do with their own set of rules. That means the business isn't working like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. Let's just expand on that rules of the game just a little bit so it's more clear to people listening to this interview. What are some of the rules of the game for working at Stace Drywall?
Well, we have obviously vision, mission, culture statements. We have 14 points of culture. Top one is respect. You have to have respect for each other. I won't do all 14, but obviously, respect, honesty, integrity. We've got to be able to trust each other. We've got to be able to rely on each other. We have to be able to have fun together. It's not about a negative work environment. That's not allowed.
Yeah.
So it's about mutual success.
And together everybody achieves more, the acronym for team.
Exactly.
Yeah, I almost say, sort of just imagine this business is your sandbox, and you're going to allow people to come in and play in your sandbox. Whose rules do you want them to play by? Whose values do you want them to play by, yours or theirs?
Correct.
Yeah, in some cases, theirs don't align with yours, right?
Well, at the end of the day, we are in a customer service industry, right?
Yeah.
And our focus is to serve the customer. Obviously our customer is the home builder, but also the end user, the homeowner.
Yeah.
Right, and we are working in probably one of the world's most important industries. I think the recent fallout that we've experienced worldwide is an indicator of that. Home builders and homeowners, they deserve a lot, and they deserve a lot of accountability and responsibility from us as professionals.
Yeah, I like that you touched on that point as well, because it is the homeowner, the person who's investing, a great deal of their finances into, their dream home.
They spend their life paying for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, key to having great people around you to make sure that you can deliver that to your customers.
Correct.
So, looking at it again from the broader spectrum of, balanced success, what are some other things that you? So we talked a little bit about team, talked a little bit about leadership. We talked a little bit about time. What are some other things that are key to really creating a lot of success, or your view of what success is?
I tend to focus a lot on education. The more you learn, the more you grow. You're not living the Groundhog Day photocopy life again and again and again. Education provides enjoyment. It provides motivation. It provides a lot of growth for the team. Entertainment. Education really is entertainment,
right?
As you grow as a business.
Yeah.
It makes things fun. It makes things exciting.
Yeah. So make the education fun. It becomes entertaining.
And the more you learn, the more you make.
Yeah.
Education is directly related to your income.
Totally.
And success.
I was watching 60 Minutes one time, and the financier that they were talking to on the program said that on any given day there's $13 trillion circulating the planet.
Yes.
And I started to visualize this in terms of rivers and then tributaries, and I thought, so, as a business, what is our role here? We want to get into that flow of that cash. How do we do that? Well, we provide value. We provide something of value to other people. So let's just expand a little bit about this education thing, because I'm 100% behind you. You know, some people say, well, education costs a lot of money. I got this idea that, you know, if you don't have that education, what's it costing you? So just tell me a little bit about maybe your road to education.
Well, I don't look at education as a cost. To me, education is an investment. It's not just an investment in your business, it's an investment in you as an individual. I think Brad Sugar's, the CEO of Action Coach, said it's like a tree. If it's not growing, it's dying. I certainly believe that. The more you grow your people, the more you grow yourself, the more you grow your people, the funner life will be, the more profitable it will be, the more time you have, the more health you have, the more success you have. What else needs to be said?
Yeah, Jim Rohn said it best, work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Everything else will fall in place.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, we talked a little bit about team, talked a little bit about time, money, balance in our life. Is there anything else that, and systems, we mentioned systems, I really want to sort of make that point. You've got to make your business more system reliant and less people reliant, so that you, for all intents and purposes, won't be held hostage by people, by the people who necessarily might not have the same agenda who work for you. Is there anything else that comes up for you that says, you know what, you want to be successful in business, these are some things you need to do?
Well, education. There's a lot of very fantastic people out there willing to help. There's a book written on every subject. There's obviously coaches and mentors. Definitely mentorship has been something I've been dealing with for many, many years, and it's made a big difference in my life. There's a lot of people out there that are willing to share, willing to help. Go find a mentor.
Yeah, another good point, Bern. And just to sort of reiterate on that, I personally spent, like, I can't even begin to imagine how much money I've spent on education, but every bit that I've spent has come back to me tenfold. So, yeah, invest in yourself. I think that's the message here. Make sure that you're investing in your education. If you want to earn more, as a lot of teachers have said, if you want to earn more, you need to learn more. So definitely, you know, if it's not through a coach or investing in a coach in your business, there's lots of books that you can be reading, lots of CDs and tapes and organizations that you can be involved in. So let's just maybe just take a minute here and maybe talk about what some of the pitfalls might be on that road to success.
Well, pitfalls. Well, you know, this is like throws curveballs at everybody. I think I read somewhere that Donald Trump gets stuck in traffic jams every once in a while too. So those pitfalls happen to everybody. Pitfalls. Quite frankly, I don't like the word that much. That has a negative connotation to it. It's pitfalls are opportunities to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Pitfalls are, you know, it's a challenge. I think there was a statistic out that 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years, or
Somewhere 80% I've heard, but I've also heard higher too.
whether it's true or not, I don't know. But that's a common urban myth or truth. Who knows why, right? But I would suggest that perhaps that many businesses failed because they deserve to.
Interesting.
Maybe they're not educated enough. Maybe they didn't do their due diligence to do their part in being a business owner.
I think that a big reason why a lot of businesses fail is, number one, people aren't clear on the vision of their business and the purpose of it and why they're getting into it. And number two, they don't educate themselves. They don't learn.
Yeah.
You know, people go to university for years and years and years to become doctors, to become accountants, to become lawyers. How many years do you have to go to university to become a business owner?
A lot of people don't take the time to educate themselves.
Yeah.
And when failure looms, I think that's a direct result of the lack of education.
Yeah. Big theme here, everybody, is educate yourself. Learn what you need to learn. If you don't have the discipline to stay on track and make sure that you're educating yourself and doing the work that needs to be done, you know, get yourself a coach. There's lots of great coaching companies out there. So, are there any other tools that you can think of in terms of you know, maybe daily rituals or daily things that you could be doing to ensure that you're in the right frame of mind to build this great business?
Well, you know, I've adopted a lot of the action coach philosophy of life, which is uh, it's pretty well common sense, but you know, exercise, you know, healthy mind, healthy body. Have a clear vision of what you want would be crucial, important. These little pitfalls that you suggested get in your way every once in a while, and you know, they really don't matter when you have that clear vision of your goals. So you've got to sometimes step back, relax, and really focus and remember why you are doing what you're doing. That end result of what you're building, because you are building a business. Mm-hmm. Right, and you do have to sit back, and it's a daily ritual that I have to sit back and visualize the goals that I want and why I'm building it. And then the little pitfalls, you know what, they don't matter. It's kind of like getting a flat tire as you're driving across the country. It's just a flat tire. You fix a flat tire, move forward.
Yeah. I'd say successful people fail more often than people who don't create a lot of success in their life. And the reason is because they're...
Well, you learn from your failures.
Yeah. Learn from the failures, and it means you're trying things.
If you're not failing, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're not growing.
Yeah. You're not.
You're not growing.
If you're not making mistakes, you're not doing anything.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You're playing it too safe.
Yeah. Another thing I want to just touch on that Bern mentioned is, you know, getting fit, staying in shape. You know, you're working hard to create an incredible future for yourself, to, you know, make more money, invest more money, create more wealth for yourself. And I know, and I visit a lot of business owners, there's a bunch of you out there, unfortunately, you're not going to make it to enjoy that money because you're not fit, you're not healthy. You know, you're busting your buns to make this money and create this incredible future. Take care of yourself. You know, get into shape. And I just like to, I hope I don't offend Bern this, but when I first started with Bern, and actually, if you go on my Facebook page, my fan page, you're going to see an interview that, or a testimonial that Bern did for me probably a year and a half ago now.
A couple years ago now.
A couple years ago now, and he's about 70 pounds heavier.
I'm 70 pounds lighter now.
70 pounds lighter. He's released 70 pounds.
I'm free.
Just as an interesting aside, on DrOz.com, they had a little survey that you could do that would tell you what your real age is, not your chronological age, but your body age.
Biological age, yes.
When I first started working with Bern, so I'm 54 and you are?
I'm 45 now.
He's 45. So my biological age was younger than his back then.
Correct.
Even though he's quite a bit younger than I am, but he's changed that all around. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
If you don't mind me saying so. Anything else you'd like to add? Anything else you'd like to say to the viewers that, you know, to give them that extra push?
I don't know what's holding you back. It's easy to have fun in life. It's easy to be successful in life. It's easy to have everything that you truly want, but you've got to do something different. If you want a different result, you've got to take a different action. Obviously, I'm an advocate and I'm a raving fan of Action Coach. It's Coach and Lord and my coach has done a lot for me, and my business and my team, my family, everything. I'm not a walking heart attack anymore.
Thank you for that, Bern. Just to sort of to end off here, he mentioned this insanity of doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Einstein said, you know, the thinking that you have today is creating your result that you have in your life today. If you want a different result, you've got to have different thinking. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the theme of this whole thing is educate yourself, do the things you need to do, figure out what are the 20% of the activities that you do that actually build your business, and take the other 80% and either delegate it or some of it just stop doing it. So, just to end off, anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, sure. I guess, you know, we all have an opportunity to live an outstanding, successful life, have a lot of fun, surrounded by friends and family. I'd suggest get off your butt, take some action, decide what you want, know what you want, and go for it.
Thank you, Bern. Thanks a lot. I appreciate
Thank you very much.
coming over here and doing this. I know this is of value to people. I know this is going to help some people, so I really want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule and coming over here to do that. So, message is, figure out what it is that you want to have in your life, and then just go for it. Just go for it. Don't let things get in your way. You know, we all have this opportunity to create these fantastic lives. It's available to everybody. So, my name is Laurie McNaughton, Action Coach here in the city of Edmonton. Thanks for listening. I trust you got some great value out of this. Look into the future because I'm going to be doing some more of these interviews. Thanks again. Have a great day.